Hello, everybody. Move over a little bit. Man boobs. It's Summer Series week, and since my tools are already in really good shape, I figured I'd give my mini Truggy some love and redo the shocks, possibly redo the diffs, see how far I get. And new tires are ready to go. Got brand new J Concepts gold ellipses on there. Just got to break them in tomorrow. Get the kid to the track after school and have at it. Unfortunately, my drill is dead, so I have to use hand tools like a regular person. So, but yeah, so I'm excited. Series got a new phone carrier, so gonna have good reception. The track's pretty dialed. It's gonna be good. Cole Webb in all caps. Hey, brother. I'm going to be racing. What am I going to be racing this weekend? I'm going to be racing 40 Plus Mod, and Emerson's going to be doing mini Truggy. And then Sunday, if it doesn't look like it's going to rain, we're going to take the 8 scales to Kansas City for some Sunday club racing. So that should be good too. Full weekend of RC car racing ahead of us, if it all works out. I was so happy today at work because I realized that that was the last day at work where I have to wear a mask, because the mandate here in Omaha ends on the 25th, and I won't actually work in the store again until Wednesday, which is the 26th. So starting on Wednesday, I have to make sure that I don't make the same faces that I've been making under my mask the whole time at people. And we'll probably have to start grinding my teeth again, because that's the only way I can really cope. Let's see. First Summer Series, how does it work? Points on best out of the 6. It's 5 out of 6. So you can miss one, and it just counts as a drop. If you miss more than that, then you'll fall pretty far down the list. So that's how that works. The question I just got is how many entries do we expect for the Summer Series? The typical Summer Series is 150 entries or more. So if we get that, I'll be happy. If we don't get that, it just means a quick day. The May round is always kind of weird because there's always kids and stuff graduating, right? And so, you know, sometimes it can't be helped if a race gets put on somebody's graduation. So sometimes there's quite a few drops using the May round just because of that. But yeah, usually it's about 150 or more. TJ Williams is on there. Cole Webb wants to know, should he go Plex spec or independent? Well, I I actually think you're probably, far enough along to where I think you probably could go independent buggy if it was me. I mean, you've been racing independent the last couple weeks and doing really well, so you know. I guess if you want more of a challenge, race independent, and as you get better and better throughout the summer, you know, you'll probably really start to see some you really start to see your skills improve, you know, in the points. So, but yeah, I don't know. I would, if I were you, I'd run that. I'd run independent buggy. Independent buggy is fun because all the really good stock guys don't race it, and some of the better, you know, non-sponsored guys will race it, and then you can kind of really see how you stack up. So. Jake Conrad's on here. He's got a question about the summer series. Qualifying is at 11 a.m. Is that like the heat races to set up the mains? Yes, it is. That is. We run 2 qualifiers and main events with bump ups. So it's a bam, bam, bam kind of day. It's typically 3 to sometimes 4 hours around to qualifying. And then main events. So we're usually done by hopefully by about 9:30. If it's a really big turnout, like 200 or more, you know, unfortunately we're there till 10, 10:30, 11 o'clock sometimes. But that's on very rare occasions. Although the last year we had a lot. So yeah, it's I don't know. Every year we kind of think, is this the year where it drops off? And it just keeps getting better and better and better. I got a call today from somebody that is coming from Illinois and wanted to know if there was practice tomorrow. And I was like, yep, 4 p.m. Ugh. Oh, I know where it is. Cole Webb says, why are the mains not on Sunday like the ProTech Spring Champs? Well, because at the ProTech race, we do another qualifier. So we have 3 qualifiers, and there's just a lot more entries. So we try to get everything done in one day so that people don't have to stay on Sunday if they don't want to. Some people still get a room across the street at the hotels and stay overnight, which is great. But I'm not willing to make it a 2-day event once a month. That's an extra, you know, $100-something a trip. So no track changes. TJ Williams wanted to know about track changes. There are no track changes. The track's pretty awesome right now. I worked on it on Tuesday and try to smooth some of the real rough spots out, which I think I accomplished. And the track really got kind of worked in today by the open track people. And tomorrow morning, you know, we don't start till 4, so tomorrow I'll get out there and I might tamp another section again just to seal it up. But I think we're going to do one more on this current track layout, and then we'll change it for the June race. So, yep, I'll be right back. Hang on a second. I need my shock oil. And, of course, it all got put in here. Why wouldn't it? Bumping the camera. The question is, would slicks work on the track? I I don't think so. I think we're still not. I think we're still not there. Maybe in 4-wheel drive, but probably not in 2-wheel drive. The racetrack always seems like it should do slicks, and then people go out there and try it, and it's just not. It's just not there. So, yeah, I don't know. We'll see. Steve RC wants to know if we'll take entries tomorrow night. We will. My usual routine is I kind of try to practice a little bit, and then right around 6:30, 7 o'clock, I get the computer out here and get her set up and start taking entries Friday, so that we don't have a super long line on Saturday. And then the people that didn't practice on Friday get a chance to get out there on the track Saturday, and we get those guys in the computer last, and then we get on our way. So yeah, I try to get as many entries in on Friday night as I can. So, and I'll tell you, usually you can tell what kind of turnout you're going to have by the amount of entries you have on Friday. If we have over 100 entries already on Friday, then we know it's going to be a really good week, a really good race day. And if it's under, then it's just kind of a normal race day. So, I think in stock you could probably get away with slicks. I'm not convinced for modified. Just our track, it's kind of bumpy and dusty, and I think it's just not conducive to that, which I'm actually perfectly happy with. I don't know about you guys. Nothing sucks more than getting a brand new set of tires that you paid $30 for with the rims and grinding all the material off to make slicks. It's like the worst feeling in the world. Cole Webb wanted to know, do you go to the booth to sign up? So on Friday nights, I usually have my computer set up in the tech area. You'll hear me. I'll be on the mic. I'll call for it, like I always do. You know, these shocks have not been rebuilt since winter, and they're remarkably good. They're not really, the oil wasn't really that dirty, and the O-rings seem to still be sealed up, and it's pretty awesome. I think Emerson's upstairs playing Grand Theft Auto online. I can hear him. Dan J wants to know how often should you rebuild your shocks, and usually it's you can kind of go by feel sometimes, or if your car gets really dirty, or I kind of use the summer series, our once a month race, as kind of a benchmark for when to do maintenance. You know, I'll usually rebuild my shocks, rebuild the diff in my car, my 2-wheel drive. This winter, I would rebuild the shocks in the Truggy. You know, maybe rebuild the diffs. If I had an 8-scale nitro, you'd have to do it every single time. But yeah, I kind of just use that once a month deal as kind of a benchmark myself. If you ask other people, they got their own schedule. You know, they rebuild their stuff every week, or they rebuild it, you know, once every 2 weeks, or sometimes not at all, you know, like Mitchell. Bender wants to know if he got him in the computer. Well, I haven't started taking entries yet, so I will do that tomorrow. Steve wants to know, do people leave their stuff set up? Yes, they do. Most everybody leaves their stuff there Friday night, unless they got work to do on their cars. Then they'll take it with them. You know, sometimes your stuff's not working. You want to get that edge after practice on Friday and not feeling good. You got to go work on your stuff in the hotel or at home, and then bring it back Saturday and try again. Sometimes your stuff's working awesome, so you leave it alone. Okay, this rear one was dirty. But like I said, I haven't actually rebuilt these shocks since like probably the J Concepts race, so that's what I get. AAA mains. So Cole Webb has a racing question. He wants to know what AAA mains are for. So a long time ago, it was determined that in order to determine a winner of a large race, you would run 3A mains to award consistency over just one main, which could sometimes reward more luck, right? So you qualify all weekend, and you get to that national A main, you're qualified first, and somebody punts you in the first corner, and you end up trying to struggle back, and you end up in 8th place, and it wasn't your fault, right? Well, in theory, AAA mains kind of takes that out of play a little bit. It would take 2 major mistakes, right? So if you qualify first and you have a bad first A main, you still have A main number 2 and A main number 3 to make up for it. At a summer series event, you know, we only do a single A main, but it's an 8-minute A main. So the same concept applies. In a 5-minute A main, if you mess up really bad in the first lap, it's pretty hard to make up, you know, that lost time to catch back up to the leaders in 5 minutes. But with an extra 3 minutes, then you basically have almost 2 full qualifiers worth of time. So you can kind of recover sometimes from a bad, you know, lap or whatever. So same sort of concept, just instead of AAA mains, we do 1. But at big races, they do 3. And it just makes for think of it as like motocross, like, you know, there's 2 mains, right? And you take the two places, and you figure out the winner by that. If there's a tie, then you use that last thing. Well, on a AAA main, you take the 3, you take 2 out of 3, and then if there's a tie, you use the time from those 2. It's kind of the same kind of deal. What else we got? Daniel, I literally just answered that question like 5 minutes ago. Dan had the same question. Tonight, when this is done, replay it and listen for the answer to your question. So after being with Techno now for a little while, I'm kind of getting a feel for these springs, and I actually just realized that I've got low frequency rears and the regular frequency fronts. And it makes me wonder what regular frequency green rears would actually feel like. I might have to get some and change them out. Although this isn't my truck for this series, this is Emerson's. So yeah, exactly. So, you know, some tracks run 3 qualifiers, right? But then they don't do any bump ups. So that's no fun, right? So we've had this system in place where we run 2 qualifiers, but we do 2 bump ups from every lower main. So in effect, your lower main is essentially your 3rd qualifier in a way. It's your last chance to make another main, and so on and so on. And the guys that are usually in the A main, you know, by the 2nd qualifier, we kind of already know where everybody's going to be at in a way. So it's not just a time saver, but it's just I think it's fun having the lower mains with bump ups. So there are some places that do 3 rounds qualifying with bump ups, but that just takes so long to get through the race program. It's actually pretty clean. All right. Actually, I'm going by this pretty fast, so I might attack the diffs tonight. It's pretty easy to get in that mini Truggy and change those diffs out. So Steve RC, yes, at the summer series, everybody has bump ups, including Plex Spec. So Palmer Bartlett wants to know, is there going to be a race tomorrow night? No, it is practice for the summer series tomorrow night. Jason Haley, I completely forgot. Sorry, I totally forgot about that. I actually do. Yeah, we got to talk. I'll try to figure out on Monday. I forgot all about it. Darn it. Cole Webb. So for the summer series, we do rocket round just like we would at a club race. So it's the best time out of the 2 races. Since there's only 2, if we did do a 3rd qualifier, we actually would probably do qual points, but like we did at the Pro Tech race. But since we just run 2, it's just your overall best time. The track's been really consistent, so I'm not really that worried about inconsistencies from round to round. The track tends to get faster the more cars that are on it, though. So, but sometimes those first round times hold up. I know this Saturday for club racing, I think just about everybody's first round time held up. I know mine did. I think the only one to go faster than their first round time was Alex Vanderbeek. So. Cody Kupke, got a couple things to ask about my 4-wheel drive tomorrow night when I get there. Sounds good. I think I finally saw your message. I'm sorry I didn't get to it. My wife changed carriers on her phone, and I didn't actually have a phone for about a day and a half. So Yeah, it actually just started working tonight at like 6 o'clock. I was pretty happy about that. That's a good question. Let's see. Steve RC, what's the logo on my shirt? So this is RC Pro Series. It's still around, but it's kind of a Texas thing right now. But it used to be a national series that the HobbyPlex used to be a part of. We were the North Division, and it was an 8-scale series, so it was really fun. They were really the first to introduce pro and intermediate and sportsman. You know, it started out they had a pro class, and then they had a regular 8-scale class. And if you ran pro, you could get money back at the end of the day. So there was a couple of races where I got more than my entry fee back, right? Then they introduced pro, intermediate, and then sportsman. So then they have 3 different divisions. That's kind of where all that kind of started. They used to have a west, a north, an east, a south. And then they expanded to like mid-south and all that. They had all these different divisions. They had the finals 1 year in Rockford, Illinois. They were really the first ones to do the whole rent the arena thing. And they rented out the Rockford, Illinois Civic Center and sold tickets. Not very many people bought them because it was RC car racing, but it was a lot of fun. But now it's been sold off a few times, and it's mainly Texas. I think they do 8-scale, and I think they do dirt oval actually. So, but this is one of my work shirts. One of the shirts I don't mind getting messy. So when I'm going to do shocks and stuff, you know, I rest my belly up there. The question I want to get to is Dan Johnson wants to know, who's Tori's mom going to be in Cobra Kai? And that's something I didn't even occur to me. She's dying, right? And yeah, I don't know. Part of me kind of hopes that they don't tie it into any character, because then it would just be too small of a world, you know? I think it's just I think her mom's just got to be there to be that character development. So I hope they don't make her anybody like Daniel's girlfriend from part 3. That would be kind of dumb. Maybe, I hope not, but the next Karate Kid, what's her name? The one that played that man, I can't remember her name now. Shoot. That would be kind of crazy, because she did know karate, right? But boy, would that be a bummer of a character. Anyways, Palmer Bartlett, is there a RC swap meet in Omaha? I don't think so. I think there was one. I think there was one in Fremont this last weekend, but that's it. Okay, what's the name? I gotta look it up. Hold on. Next Karate Kid. She's got the lips, and she was in that movie with Clint Eastwood. God, hang on. I still think it would be too small of a world, but what do I know? The next, oh, come on, phone. Karate Kid, 1994. Hilary Swank. There you go. Hold on. Karate Master Mr. Miyagi goes to Boston to attend military reunion. There he visits Louisa, the widow of his former commander, and meets her granddaughter, Julie. Hilary Swank. Julie's parents were recently killed, and she's still reeling from the loss. Julie surprises Miyagi with her knowledge of karate and takes her Buddhist monastery to help training to help her have terms with her angst. That would be nuts. That would be a one twist. You'd be like if they like reveal that it'd be Hillary Swank as Tori's mom. Holy crap! I just thought of that. I'm probably not the first to think of that, but holy crap, that would be nuts. Again, that'd be a real bummer though, wouldn't it? Like they finally show her mom is, and it's like a half dead Hillary Swank in the bed. Man, I'd be like, no. Anyways, okay. The first truck race is Father's Day weekend, so June 19th, whatever day that is. All right, front shock going on here. I'm excited for that. I'm going to really try to get you guys to buy Traxxas slashes so that we can all have like one big bash fest heat of Traxxas slashes for the truck series. I think everybody who races at the HobbyPlex should have a Traxxas slash and come to the truck series and race the spec slash class. I will do it. I will do it if all of you do it. That's all I got to say. Stock tires. You can change the radio. Stock servos, everything. Man, that would be fun. We've done it before. We used to do it on Tuesdays. Doors open Saturday at 7. And if you practiced Friday, you're not allowed to practice until 9 a.m. So you can sleep in if you want to. So if you practice Friday, no practice till 9 o'clock. If you don't practice on Friday, you can start right at 7. And you have the track to yourself until 9 o'clock. So, but you can still come and work on your stuff. Summer Series, Plex Spec is $5. Your first entry that's not Plex Spec is $20. Your second entry and on is $10. It's per entry at the Summer Series because we have to pay for awards. So. Cole Webb wants to know why you can practice both days, but you can't practice till 9 o'clock. So we do that so that people who are not able to get there until Saturday have some quality practice time. Because if we let everybody practice right at 7 when we opened, then people who can only get there on Saturday would have very few runs, to break in tires or whatever they need, whereas the people on Friday have had all of Friday night. Tom Rennerneck's on here. I actually was going to ask you guys if you wanted to come over tonight and you could be in my live stream. And I ended up needing to count the drawer and stuff. So I apologize. But they're in town, so there you go. Yeah. Tom says the track was awesome today. I hope so. It's probably a little wet. I really, really soaked the track Tuesday on those parts of the track that I was trying to smooth out. And then Wednesday it was really wet and some guys ran on it. And then Wednesday night I went out there and tamped it again to smooth it out. So it was a plan that all came together. Jay Conrad, want to race, but probably can't get there till 11. Of course you can. Of course you can sign up and race. My suggestion is to get all your stuff charged up and ready to go so that when you get there, you're ready to go. Because if we have a couple of heats of Plex Spec, if that's what you guys are going to race, then we'll let you jump in. Or if you're racing your 13.5 cars, that it won't be until later anyway, so you'll have plenty of time. Cody, the track is open till 10 tomorrow, so it's practice is 4 p.m. to 10 p.m. Yeah, Tom, we're gonna have to like work that out. So the next time, if you guys are gonna come on a Thursday, we can do like one big live stream, right? That'd be kind of fun. Get the HobbyPlex show audience of 2,600 subscribers to ask Tom Rennernecht and Alex Vanderbeek and whoever all the questions they want, right? Rod says that Slash Spec at Haven was pretty fun. Yeah, Slash Spec it was. So we had at the Tone Tuesdays, and we had a Slash Spec class. And I mean, at one time we had up to like 9 or 10 trucks, but most of the time there's like 5 or 6 of us. That's about it. But it's still super duper fun. So TJ, there's not a non-stock Slash. Well, yeah, there is. It's called Pro 2, buddy. Pro 2 short course truck, which we also will have at the truck series, hopefully. So if you want to race your Slash, that's not stock. There you go. It's Pro 2. Who was that dude that TQ'd that J Concepts race with the Slash? Was it Patrick Rossiter down there in Florida? This last J Concepts race they had, where he raced Pro 2 with the Slash and was your top qualifier. That's pretty awesome. I just found that out. I thought that was pretty funny. Yeah, I thought about what Will and I can have for T-shirts. I've always thought about having a Froboy T-shirt or a. I always thought it'd be really funny to have a shirt with my like a silhouette of myself, and then right beside it was clearly not an engineer. I thought that'd be so funny. But shirts are expensive, and then you're not guaranteed to like sell them. So then I got to take the, as a business. I thought about doing it for a Patreon page though. Like if you hit a certain dollar amount to pay every month, you get a T-shirt. That's what the stickers were originally for, was to get my Patreon page going. I still haven't gotten it going yet, so I suck. Tack Before 2 says pumped for the race this weekend. I hope so. Me too. I'm probably more excited to race than I have been in a while, actually. Mainly because I think everything's good. I think the track is good. I think the computer's going to work good. I'm not going to like jinx myself, but yeah, I think it's going to be really fun. Yeah, I know. So Jason Haley says pre-orders. I agree. I should just do it that way. Because, Tebow's got his own T-shirts. Ryan's got his T-shirt. I just think it'd be funny to like have people show up to certain races with my picture on it as or Will's. I think it'd be really hilarious. We're up to 34 people watching tonight. We're up to 36. That's great. 36 people. Thank you guys for tuning in, watching me build shocks. This is fun. Interact with the chat. That's what it's there for. I enjoy that a lot. Brother Spurgeon. The problem with that, though, is that nobody would get that except for the few people who listen to the show, or who went to North and know who Principal Haynes is. That's the only other people who would get that joke. And then that's even a stretch. So that one would be tough. Shocks dialed. Dead shock. I love it. Oh, we're back down to 32. What a bummer. Everybody's like, who's this guy? This guy sucks. And then they leave. I think they're having mini Truggy at the regionals in Kansas City. So the 1/8 scale off-road regionals is in Kansas City, Missouri, in June, and Emerson and I are going to go to that. I'm racing e-buggy. He's racing nitro buggy. But then I thought I saw that they had a 4-wheel drive stadium truck class, and if they do, totally racing that. Absolutely. TJ Williams is like, I watch it and I get Brother Spurgeon. Brother Spurgeon? I guess it's good. It's probably a good thing that my high school principal never got my name right, because, you know, he probably only said it. We only interacted like twice. So Bender says, is HobbyPlex going to get an outdoor track again? Absolutely not. Are you out of your mind? No freaking way, dude. Been there, done that. Indoor also has its own, you know, complications, but outdoor racing sucks, man. I mean, not outdoor racing, but taking care of an outdoor track sucks. So much more work. So happy we have an indoor track. Dave 4130 says stadium trucks are catching on at Haven. I hope so. I mean, we have a pretty good following at the HobbyPlex, dude. The Winter Series, I think we had 30 plus a couple times. And that's from everywhere. That's from Omaha, from a lot of Minnesota, a lot of Iowa. So I would hope that would carry over, you know, and grow. They're super fun. I mean, other than the steering rack on this thing, these trucks are pretty darn durable. Once you get the rear hubs kind of figured out, they're very durable. So Steve RC, is there a way to pull up all of your results in Live RC? There should be. You might have to do it. I don't think you can do it by driver, though. I guess I've never even tried, but I know you can do it by race day. You just have to go to HobbyPlex, click on results from other events, and then it brings up all of our races that we've had with Live RC since we started, which is now like with Live RC like 5 or 6 years ago now, maybe longer. So, gosh, I kind of don't feel like I need to expunge this one. Daniel, yes, jumps will wash away with an outdoor track, so you got to constantly repair them. And if you thought that having random people come into your off-road track and mess things up was fun, wait until you work on an outdoor track and you have a whole bunch of like kids with bikes show up when it's muddy, or what else has happened? Like random motorcycles decide to go on your track for some reason, and then just the wear of rain and stuff. I want a shirt with silhouette of Will on a scooter. That's actually a really good idea. That is a very good idea. Yeah, Dave, I think you're right. I think you can actually find, but I think it's per track. I'm not sure if it's, I'm not sure if it searches the entire database for your name. There was a website that did that though. Was it RC Garage, where you could do that? Where you could type in your name and it would bring up all the info from Live RC about what tracks you raced at and when and stuff like that. I think they did that last summer. Wow, that's a really good shock, if I do say so myself. Okay, you want to talk scooters. So I have not gotten my scooter back yet. So I bought a Yamaha Vino last Tuesday. Took it to work for crawling night. Rode it home. Then I gave my son and my wife a ride. Then I put it in the garage. Then the next day, I was going to ride it to work, and it wouldn't start. And so I'm like, well, crap. So I called up the dealership and was like, hey, this doesn't start all of a sudden. I don't know what's going on. And so they came and picked it up, and they've had to order quite a few parts. So I have not gotten it back yet, but I will. So I will get it back. And then I'll be riding a scooter back and forth from work and hopefully saving a bunch of money on gas. So luckily it's been raining all week, so it's not like I would have rode it to work anyways. So kind of worked out. I missed something up here. Steve RC wants to know, what do you think of the Spectrum smart batteries and chargers? You were talking about the Traxxas ones on Monday. So I think that stuff's all well and good, and it's neat how you can, on the smart ones, it's neat how you can like get a readout of how many times it's been cycled and, you know, all that good information and stuff. So yeah, I think they're fine. I hope that it doesn't turn into, my only fear with that stuff is that it turns into something where like eventually they'll make it so that you can only use those batteries with specific brands. I hope we never, ever, ever get to that point. Traxxas has tried, and you know, if I was to sell a Traxxas Slash to a family that has a 10-year-old kid, I would have no qualms about giving them the Traxxas Power Pack, because the Traxxas system, you just plug it in and hit start. You don't have to tell it to do anything. You don't have to mess anything up. That's nice about the Spectrum stuff too. So in that regard, you know, I like that stuff a lot. I just hope we don't get to the point where these companies try to make it so that you can only use their brand of stuff with their cars. That would really suck, because then they could basically price that stuff whatever they wanted to. So hopefully that doesn't happen. Rod Case Racing said some people carpet the jumps outside. That is absolutely correct. That's what they do in Europe. It rains a lot over there, so a lot of their off-road tracks you'll see have carpet on the faces of the jumps to keep them from deteriorating. And you know, I think if we were to continue to have done just the outdoor track without putting the building over it, you know, we very well might have gotten to that point where we might have tried that, you know. But yeah, luckily we don't have to worry about that. That's why a lot of places are doing like turf, like that Thunder, is it Thunder Road in Minnesota? They just put a giant turf track outside, and it looks really good. Lots of possibilities. We should make a Traxxas Slash night. Well, we did. We used to have one, and everybody stopped coming. So you can always turn Friday nights into Slash. You can bring a Slash, get a bunch of buddies, and maybe this truck night will kind of help that. You know, maybe we can have a a Traxxas slash class on Fridays, I'd actually be down for that because I'm going to get a slash again and race in the spec slash class. I'd love to do that on Fridays too. I think that'd be a blast. It'd be super fun. Jason Haley says he's going to build a outdoor practice track, and Rod says outdoor practice is only practice for outdoor. And I do agree with that to an extent. I think when you have, if you've got like kids and stuff though, I think any wheel time is wheel time. So in a situation like ours, outdoor practice probably wouldn't do us any good. But with some HobbyPlexers though, if they need to learn how to, you know, go slower in the corners and all that stuff, I could see that. I could see that being good. Being a really good deal. What time is it? 50 minutes? I bet you I can do a diff in that period of time. Shocks are done. Are there any tracks in Omaha besides the Plex? No. There's been a few who have tried, and the same thing always happens. A, they get rained on a lot, and B, the guys running it give up because it gets rained on a lot, and it's a lot of work. So it's one of those things where I hate to say I told you so, but it's a ton of work, and not very many people want to do that amount of work, especially if they're not getting paid for it. So there's that. Do-do-do-do. Do-do-do-do. Fast lane is fun. It's out, you know, they have a big outdoor track. That's why we're going for the 8-scale racing on the outdoor. I haven't been to the indoor one in a while. It's just a lot tighter and a lot smaller. And the dirt's quite a bit different than ours. I think they kind of use the same, if I remember right, I kind of use the same tires. It's just that the dirt is just different. So a couple different setup changes, and then you just gotta, it's a lot tighter, so you got to go quite a bit, not slower, but just it's just like a different kind of driving to get used to it. It's kind of like when guys from down there come up here. You know, our track's way bigger, and so they got to get used to that. Almost like the speed at which their car goes up here compared to what they're used to is quite a bit different. TJ, brushed, stock 2-wheel drive brushed slash, cheap. You can buy a slash for $189. Put your own radio in it, or get a kit. That's fun. Getting a kit for $200, and off you go. I changed my mind. I don't want to do the diffs tonight. It's too gooey. Maybe I'll do it tomorrow. But I'm definitely going to put these back on. And got an air compressor in the garage, so I'm going to, tomorrow morning, I'll take some Simple Green and get this thing all shiny again. I was going to do it when I came home, but I ran out of time. So. But I want to drop it so that it goes like a techno All these techno trucks, that's what they do. You drop them and they just go, just sit there. It's pretty awesome. Speaking of that, how about techno to Silver State, huh? 3 out of the top 5. Making money moves. It's pretty fun to see. Especially when you know the work that everybody does, you know, the time they spend at the track practicing, changing stuff, working on setups. It's pretty awesome to see, just from a sideline guy like myself. So I'm actually thinking about doing something to this truck that I'm not sure if I should do, but I kind of want to. So on the see you, Web Bro. Cole Webb going to bed because it's past his bedtime because he's probably got school tomorrow. So see these little tabs here, these droop tabs? I'm thinking about cutting these off on the front for 2 reasons. A, I'm not using them anyways. I'm at full droop, right? And you can always adjust that by the how far your shocks are turned in, the eyelets. But also that collects a little bit of dirt and stuff when you jump and land really hard, and you can kind of feel it sometimes when you're on the track. So I'm actually thinking about chopping those off. It's something that we were doing on the 4-wheel drive buggy actually, but it's permanent, so you know you can't put them back. So, but I think I'm going to at least do it on the front. So that's probably it for this thing tonight. The wing's in really good shape. I'm really happy about that. Other than the rear end being a little dirty because we ran it through some mud a couple weeks ago. I love that. Just boom. So fresh shocks, freshies. Yeah, because I mean my droop screws aren't even touching, right? So I don't know. Kind of think, why not? I don't think it's going to hurt anything. And if it keeps dirt from collecting right there, it actually does in the back too, but I'm actually using the droop screws in the back. So I don't know. I'll think about it. Maybe I'll just let it ride this race, and then we'll something we'll do later. So coupler's good to go. All that's good to go. I want to show you guys something really quick. I'm going to go to bed here in a minute too, but now that I'm done with that, got my latest crawler all put together. I was doing a crawl space chassis with a whole bunch of SCX-102 stuff on it, and kind of got frustrated and went a different route. So this is a Wraith 19 SCX-102. It's got my metal links in the back and a bunch of brass on it. We tried it on Tuesday for crawling night, and it was really, really good. So now I just got to get all the scale stuff on it that I want, so I can get those points up. If I ever do a scale event that does it like that, and good to go. But it's got J Concepts landmine tires on it, as always. Little dude here in the interior. So the lights work, so that's good. I'm gonna get a light bar front and back. I think that's gonna be awesome. So yeah, Tyco, right? Kind of looks like it, doesn't it? I think this is a much better route than what I was going. If I'm going to do that again, I'm just going to get the Stage 4 kit, order that, and call it good. So, but it works. This thing works really good. Almost better than my Enduro, which really bums me out. Okay, we're at 1 hour. I'm probably going to get to bed here in a minute. Expect some videos for the summer series starting tomorrow. We'll probably try to do a practice vid. Maybe I'll tackle somebody for like a racer spotlight or something. I haven't done one of those in a while. And the next big project that I have going is my J Concepts regulator monster truck, Froboy truck. So I've got a Subaru Brat body ready to go. I've got a big wig that I'm going to put on it. I got Froboy stickers. And it's going to be a build series. I think it's going to be fun. Before we go here, Big Dude says, anybody get a Rift yet? Technically, I have one, even though I haven't had a chance to drive it yet. But I guess it's the stores. Technically, it's the stores. So I just haven't had a chance to drive it yet. I've just been so busy. Let's see. Do a live stream tomorrow night? Nah. We'll be at the track. We'll be at the track practicing. You can't hire a 13-year-old. It's illegal. You can't do that. I think you have to be at least 14. No, 15. I think you got to have 15 to do it legally. Yeah, I haven't done a spotlight in a while. What was the last one I did? It was, I don't even remember the last racer spotlight I did. Maybe I'll do that tomorrow. I don't know. We'll see how busy we are. Okay, I'm going to bed. We'll be back next week. I don't got anything going on next week. We will be flying next Thursday. I think I'm scheduled to get off early to go to the field and fly. So I'll be flying and then I'll be here for the after hours. So do it. Do it. Okay, I'm gonna bail. I will see you guys later. I think we were up to like 37 people one time tonight. That's great. That's fantastic. So thank you for watching, and we'll check in on you soon. Our next live stream will be the podcast Monday, right around 6:30. We'll be talking about the summer series, and we'll go from there. So see you guys later.